Hey guys, what's up? Rescue521 here to bring back another LEGO set review for you, and today this is my review of the Jurassic World set 75916 called the Dilophosaurus Ambush. 248 pieces, recommended ages 6 to 12, and retails for $30. $25 price point would have been better, but 30 is still pretty plausible. So I gotta say, I know I'm a year late on this review, just like my Hulkbuster set review. I decided to buy this set like a year after it came out. It was still at my local Target and everything, so I figured, you know, why not? This is actually, I was planning on getting this back when it came out, but in its initial wave of releases, I never really saw this at Target. Like, I saw it when it first came out, and I was like, oh, I want to wait till I see the movie, you know, see if it's actually good before I buy any of the sets. And then after I saw the movie and I decided, okay, yeah, it was good, I want to get this set to remember the movie by, you know, just this one set. I never saw it there, like, ever again. It was really weird. Until I saw it again back in January. Like, for months they disappeared. Then they came back into stores in January. They had, like, a whole new wave, which is kind of weird because it's, like, 6 months after the movie came out. But I'm still glad I got my hands on it, and let's get started with this review right away, because it is actually a really cool set. Albeit it is a little inaccurate to the movie in terms of the Jeep, but I still like it. So, kind of doing our box right here. So you can see we just got a nice little chase scene set up. Of course, not really based off a scene from the movie, but still pretty cool. Just shows you some of the functions of the truck, and then of the gyrosphere in the back. So it's pretty cool. And then our extra pieces. Nothing super extraordinary with these except for the black lightsaber hilt. I always love getting those. Then we get a flat, clear stud, which is nice. But other than that, nothing super exciting with the extra pieces, but it's not like that's a big deal, you know, it's not like we buy these sets for extra pieces. I've debated even, you know, not showing them in my reviews anymore, because I don't know if people really care, but I'll still do it, because it is kind of nice to know, you know, if you don't have the set. Moving on to our first figure, we have Gray. This is, of course, the smaller of the two children in the movie, you know, the younger one. And I'm not a huge fan of the fact they gave him big legs. You know, I kind of stumbled when I said that there. Not a fan that they gave him big legs, you know, like the regular size adult legs, but at the same time, you know, there's back printing. At the same time, they do want him to sit down in the gyrosphere. There's a scared face. You know, they can't really sit down with the short legs, so they kind of, I see why they did it. Gotta say, the kid, I'm actually not super happy getting this character. I kind of wish they would have put, like, Chris Pratt or somebody else in there, because I wasn't really a big fan of the kids in the movie, not gonna lie. They weren't like the Lex and Tim from the originals. They weren't nearly as cool as those two. Oh, sorry, it's my dog whining out there if you hear that. I wasn't really, you know, I thought the older kid was a lot worse, but, you know, the younger kid, he wasn't that bad. He was just kind of, you know, the kids were just there. They didn't really do much for me in the movie. The figure's cool, though. So next up we have our ACU Trooper, ACU, Asset Containment Unit, I believe is what it stands for. So you can see he's got some nice printing. If I take off his hat, you can probably see his torso printing better. There you go. Got a nice face. I might actually use that face for my Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, because it's like the perfect skin tone. But yeah, just nice printing. I like the leg printing with the straps. Got some nice back printing too, and then no double head. And then we put his baseball cap back on. He's got like a little electro staff, you know, to control the dinosaurs, get them back in line. So starting with our actual set here, we're going to start off with our Dilophosaurus. I think this is just a really cool, really cool little animal dinosaur thing that we get in the set. A lot of articulation, you know, both the legs move separately. We have if I zoom out a little bit, you know, kind of moves like this. You can move each of the arms individually. The head turns a full 360 like The Exorcist. Then the mouth kind of makes a snapping sound when it opens, which is kind of cool. So that's pretty neat. Then the head is like removable. And it doesn't really, the tail doesn't move, even though it gives the impression that it does by putting that little gap there. But overall, it's got a lot of mobility, a lot better than like the older LEGO dinosaurs. My only problem with this is I feel like this is way too big. Like, remember the Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park that got into Nedry's car? If I remember right, that thing was like the size of, I mean, God, who knows? Like, I think it was about the size of what a real life raptor would be like. Like, it was really small. It was like small enough to be seated in the passenger seat of his car, because that's where it attacked him. So I just think it's way too big. Even though it looks cool, I could be wrong on that, you know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's way. They literally should have made this like only half the size, maybe even a third of the size to make it accurate. But that being said, of course, Lego's all about really play value, and they don't really go for accuracy a lot of the time. That's why, and of course, this set, not only that, but the Jurassic World Jeep is completely inaccurate. Not hating on the set, I love the set, but I do have to point out that there are some inaccuracies with it. So, Dilophosaurus may not be completely accurate to the movie. Actually, I don't think it is at all. It wasn't even in the movie, it was just like a hologram. But I still see why they did it, though, you know, for play value, for kids and whatnot. Moving up next, we have our gyrosphere. Now, I think this part of the set is just worth buying for, like, this part of the set is worth buying the entire set alone. Like, this is just so cool. Completely makes the set worth the money. Kind of knocking everything over here. As you can see, it just kind of rolls around like that, and the seat always stays upright. If we want to open it, just gotta, it's kind of hard, and these side pieces kind of come off. I can't remember if you're supposed to take these side pieces off first. I believe you are. But, you know, you take this off, and then we put gray in there. Let me just do that off camera. This part, these things are kind of annoying to use, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, let me just, here, sorry, one sec, guys. Let me put it back together on, just off camera. There we go, we have gray in there. It's not really moving very well, but he's supposed to. Yeah, there we go, he's kind of, it's a little rigid. I just realized why. It's because his arms are a little too far down. This gyrosphere does not work very well, guys, I'm not gonna lie. As cool as it looks, it's not super. There we go. So we get it all put back together. I apologize for the little bit of weight. Yeah, we put it all back together, and then, you know, you just kind of have him riding off in it. Apologize for the technical difficulties yet again, but so yeah, so you can pretty much spin it in any direction you want. It's a nice, cool little thing you can kind of use, have him ride around in. This part pretty much makes the set almost worth buying. You know, just great, just for that part. I think it's actually really cool. So, that is definitely a redeeming quality of some of the inaccuracies of this set. And then our final part of the set, of course, our Jurassic World Jeep. Very inaccurate, but I still really like the design of it. If only they would have made it, if only they would have made the blue, red, and the white orange, I believe. You know, I'm pretty sure those were the Jurassic Park colors. You know, and made it a Jurassic Park van, and maybe put like more scuff marks like this on it, and made it look more like the kind of the broken down Jeep from the original Jurassic Park theme park, you know, from the original movie. Made it look more like the one they used in the movie. I feel like this actually would have been much cooler, a much better set. But I still love the fact that, you know, they actually made one of these Jeeps in a Lego. So, of course, it has the big front headlights, which I really like. We have our little hook that can come out, you know, you can kind of, you can just kind of reel that back in. You know, of course, that's supposed to be the, I mean, it's supposed to kind of resemble, like, the kind of hook that, what's his name, Nedry was using. So you can see I got it all rolled out. Let me kind of reel it back in. It's supposed to resemble the hook that Nedry was using, remember, in, the original Jurassic Park, to kind of connect to the truck. So, like, the truck to the tree lug, kind of pull them out of the mud. I can just kind of attach it down there. Got the nice big wheels, nice Jurassic World logo, and a little stepping area right here. In the back, we've got our little tire container. We have a Jurassic World license plate sticker right there, which is very hard to see. It's not really coming in very well. There you go. But yeah, nice Jurassic World sticker. See, got the Jurassic World logo. It's pretty much mirrored on this side. And the front I really like. Like I said, I like the big headlights, and I like the Jurassic World logo on the front there. And then I love how they use the wrenches, or I mean the crowbars for the kind of like the sides of the windows. This is the framing for the window. I think that's really cool. I kind of like the little cage that they did at the top right here. As you can see, we've got some flick missiles, which I love seeing flick missiles again. You know, Lego hasn't really been, they've been trading them in for the spring-loaded shooters lately, so it's nice to see those make a comeback. And then of course, this part's on ball joints, so we can turn this back. We can put our little electro staff in there. Whoops, it's not really going to stay, so I'm just going to leave it out. It's kind of big. Have our guy drive it. You can see he's behind the steering wheel. And then we've got some areas for the containers here. Now we have one of the containers sitting in the back right here. And what's that for? Of course, this one has a wrench, this one has a turkey leg. And if you're wondering what that's for, why it's sitting back there, well, our wheel thing back here, if we spin it, it kind of, you know, knocks it out, and, you know, you kind of just cause destruction and mayhem with the dinosaur, you know. Oh, and then there also is binoculars in this one too, binoculars and a wrench. And then, of course, in the other one we have our turkey leg. You just kind of put it back here, or you can put them back here if you want to do the play feature. Sorry if this review sounds kind of rushed, guys. I gotta be somewhere pretty soon, so just trying to get this review done quickly. Overall, I actually really like this set. This is the one Jurassic World set I decided to buy, and I'm actually pretty glad I did. Even though it has a few inaccuracies to the movie, I like the fact that I have this set to kind of remember the movie by. So I think it's a pretty neat set. I think it's definitely worth the money, and let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments, telling me if you have it, tell me what you think of it, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.